One of the strongest possibilities for Jungkook's next move is a solo world tour. Several indicators point in this direction. Performance readiness. Jungkook's extensive focus on live performance, stage rehearsals, and his reputation as the main performer of BTS makes him a natural fit for large-scale solo concerts. His vocal range, dance expertise, and ability to sustain crowd engagement are assets that would translate effectively into a solo tour. International fanbase. Jungkook has proven his ability to chart globally, often topping Billboard and Spotify charts as an individual. This establishes not just streaming power, but also ticket-selling potential across continents. A solo tour could easily cover Asia, North America, Europe, and Latin America with guaranteed attendance. Brand sponsorships. Major brands like Calvin Klein have aligned themselves with Jungkook, showing that commercial partners see him as a safe and profitable investment. A solo tour could be supported by global sponsorships, reducing financial risks while amplifying marketing impact. Market testing. His previous solo releases served as market tests, confirming that Jungkook's brand is strong enough to carry a tour. The logical next step would be expanding into live experiences, where his artistry can be showcased without group dependency. All these factors align toward the possibility that a solo tour is being prepared, though not yet announced. At the same time, the anticipation of a BTS group comeback cannot be overlooked. Historically, BTS comebacks have been industry-shaping moments. They do not merely release music. They set cultural trends, mobilize global fan engagement, and often redefine K-pop's global trajectory. If management decides that the timing is optimal for a group return, Jungkook's role in preparations will be pivotal. As one of the youngest members, his physical stamina and adaptability make him a crucial figure for choreographies and vocal lines. His presence often anchors BTS's dynamic performances, balancing vocal stability with visual presentation. From a strategic angle, a BTS comeback would overshadow any solo endeavor. The group's collective brand carries a magnitude that individual activities cannot match. Therefore, Jungkook's preparations might already be shifting from solo rehearsals to group-oriented projects if such a comeback is imminent. Another point to consider is the emotional and symbolic power of a full group return. The market knows that the reunion of BTS after military service would be one of the most awaited events in modern pop culture. Jungkook, being central to the group's global recognition, would not position himself separately if the comeback is on the horizon. One of the most interesting dynamics is not whether Jungkook will prepare for a solo tour or a BTS comeback, but how he balances both. The modern music industry no longer forces artists to choose between group identity and individual recognition. Instead, hybrid strategies are common. An artist can prepare solo runs while simultaneously aligning with group comebacks. For Jungkook, this dual strategy could look like preparing solo material and tour logistics, but aligning their launch dates after the initial BTS comeback wave. Using solo performances as part of BTS promotions, integrating his individual success back into the group narrative. Participating in collaborative stages that blend his solo identity with BTS's collective image. This balancing act is difficult, but Jungkook's proven adaptability suggests it is not only possible, but also strategically beneficial. Another essential element in predicting Jungkook's next move is the global market landscape. The United States remains the largest pop market, and Jungkook's solo success in the West has given him leverage. However, K-pop's strongest sales base is still Asia. particularly South Korea, Japan, and Southeast Asia. A solo tour would need to bridge both regions effectively, ensuring global reach. Meanwhile, a BTS comeback would naturally cover all major territories at once. This distinction shapes preparations. For a solo tour, Jungkook's team would be engaged in detailed market research, selecting cities with the highest profitability and fan concentration. For a BTS comeback, preparations would lean toward massive promotions, synchronized media coverage, and coordinated global releases that maximize impact in all markets simultaneously. Jungkook's preparation strategy will ultimately depend on which of these paths his management prioritizes. Jungkook's identity as a performer is inseparable from dance. A solo tour would require original choreographies that distinguish his shows from BTS's group performances. Choreographic teams. Renowned choreographers, possibly those who have worked with both K-pop and Western acts, would be brought in to design routines that balance complexity with sustainability across multiple shows. Stage layout. Unlike group concerts, a solo stage must be designed to maximize the artist's presence. Multi-level platforms, dynamic lighting, and projection screens could be used to create immersive effects, compensating for the absence of other members. Thematic segments. Tours often follow narrative arcs. Jungkook's show could be divided into thematic acts, for instance. Act 1 focusing on intensity and dance, Act 2 on vulnerability through ballads, and Act 3 on celebratory anthems. These elements ensure that the audience experiences not just a concert, but a carefully crafted performance journey. A solo tour is physically demanding, often spanning dozens of cities with back-to-back performances. Jungkook, known for his dedication to fitness, would likely undergo rigorous conditioning in preparation. Endurance training. Cardiovascular workouts, strength training, and dance rehearsals would be scheduled to build stamina for maintaining high-energy performances without vocal strain. Vocal coaching. Singing live while executing choreography requires specialized breathing techniques. Jungkook's vocal coaches would emphasize consistency, projection, and recovery methods. Diet and recovery. Nutritionists and medical staff would be part of the preparation team, ensuring Jungkook remains in peak condition. Rest protocols, vocal therapy, and controlled schedules would be implemented to prevent burnout. This physical preparation is essential for ensuring quality across an extended global tour. Behind the glamour of a solo tour lies a detailed logistical framework. Jungkook's team would need to design a route that balances profitability, efficiency, and fan accessibility. City selection. Priority markets such as Seoul, Tokyo, Los Angeles, New York, London, and Paris would be essential. Secondary markets like Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Australia could be included to maximize global reach. Venue sizes. Decisions must be made between arenas, 20,000, 30,000 capacity, versus stadiums, 50,000 plus. Given Jungkook's global demand, certain markets may justify stadiums, while others might suit arenas for logistical ease. Tour duration. Most world tours last between 6 months to a year. Scheduling must account for regional demand, seasonal considerations, and the artist's ability to sustain consistent performance quality. This mapping process is complex and often involves negotiation with promoters, venue managers, and local governments. A modern solo tour is rarely financed by ticket sales alone. Sponsorships play a crucial role in both funding and marketing. Jungkook's existing partnerships, particularly with Calvin Klein, suggest strong brand interest in aligning with his tour. Title sponsorships. A global brand might secure naming rights, branding the tour under their umbrella. Merchandise collaborations. Limited edition apparel, accessories, or cosmetics linked to Jungkook's image could be sold exclusively on tour, creating secondary revenue streams. Cross-promotions. Sponsorships often extend into media campaigns, with Jungkook's image appearing across commercials, digital ads, and in-store promotions during the tour run. These brand collaborations not only provide funding, but also expand promotional reach beyond traditional music markets. In the age of digital media, a solo tour extends far beyond physical venues. Jungkook's preparations would likely include strategies for integrating fan experiences both online and offline. Live streaming. Select shows could be broadcast online for global fans unable to attend in person. Fan interaction. Interactive apps, AR features, or exclusive behind-the-scenes content could be offered to ticket holders. Global media strategy. Social media platforms would be used not just for promotion, but also for creating real-time fan engagement, ensuring the tour maintains constant visibility worldwide. This integration amplifies the impact of the tour, transforming it into a global cultural moment rather than a series of isolated concerts. A solo tour involves significant financial stakes. Preparations would include detailed budgeting and contingency planning. Revenue streams. Ticket sales, merchandise, sponsorships, and streaming rights form the primary income channels. Expense management. Venue rentals, stage production, travel, staff salaries, and insurance are major costs. Risk mitigation. Cancellations due to unforeseen circumstances, such as health or logistical issues, require insurance coverage and backup strategies. For Jungkook, whose brand value is immense, management would adopt conservative financial planning to safeguard long-term stability. While often overlooked, the psychological aspect of a solo tour is crucial. Performing without the support of group members shifts the burden entirely onto the artist. Jungkook's preparation would likely include mental health support, counseling, and stress management techniques to ensure he remains focused and balanced throughout the tour. It is important to compare Jungkook's potential solo tour to BTS's group tours. BTS concerts typically scale to stadium levels, with synchronized performances among 7 members. A solo tour, while smaller in scale, would allow Jungkook to express individuality. The challenge lies in ensuring that the solo experience feels equally grand, not diminished in comparison. Preparations, therefore, must be centered on creating depth and uniqueness rather than scale alone.